Oh, speaking of that, job update. I mentioned the yen carry trade is one reason why the stock market was a little jittery today. And the AI fears, second reason. But the third reason is ironic, which is that the economy is so excited about the prospect of Jerome Powell cutting rates that good news is kind of bad news. And so even though that the jobs report came out and had a good headline number at 110,000 new jobs, now, I'm going to call bullshit on some things here, but let's say a spade a spade, okay? This is 110,000 new jobs. Don't ask where those jobs are, and don't ask if they're going to get revised down. But usually the headline number like this would be good for the stock market. But instead, it's the opposite. Because there's good news in the job market, that means it's more likely that Jerome Powell might hold rates steady and instead keep them higher to help fight inflation. Again, it's constant battle between fighting inflation or fighting the job market, or helping the job market. And if this is not a problem, then they're going to try to either keep rates steady or even raise them to fight inflation. And if the job market is a problem, then they'll cut. And so because they might not cut, the stock market also freaked out. It's ironic, but it's kind of reversed. Now, to go into this number, we still had rising unemployment rate. I think we hit 4.4. What did we hit? 4.4%. So it's rising. It's up. Highest it's been in a few years. And these new jobs, and I think they'll get revised down, but these new jobs are entirely in hospitality and healthcare. That's it. So if you are in those industries, healthcare, what an ugly writing. If you're in those industries, there is some job growth, probably low quality jobs, but everything else is still shrinking. So if you care for old people, you can make some money. That's a growth industry. Boomers have money and they need healthcare. But outside of that, we're seeing real deterioration. And again, the same day this is announced, there was a massive layoff of white collar jobs at Verizon. I think like 30,000 jobs. I mean, we're seeing massive like white collar job layoffs regularly. So please do not believe the fucking headline here that everything's bad. I mean, nobody believes it anymore. No one believes it. And especially because they said we're not going to release the numbers and they did release the numbers and then there's something good. It all feels very massaged. But even the massage numbers show rising unemployment, only a few sectors of growth, and overall deterioration. Why can't the US government just pull an Ubisoft and cancel reporting and hold trading? We may get there. We may get there one day. The monkey's paw might curl, brother. By the way, again, you can never time the fucking market. I'm not fucking saying anything, but a few days ago, we watched that video of Palantir CEO Alex Karp just having an absolute fucking dumbass answer to a basic question. And we said, man, maybe the fucking Michael Burry was onto something. The stock is down 7% since then. And what's crazy is every single day, I looked this up, Alex Karp is selling like fucking crazy. He's selling fucking, what is this? $95 million worth of fucking Palantir stock. And it's just fucking crazy because he gets out there and he's like, fucking short sellers are against the mission of the greatest company of all time. And then he goes home and he mashes the sell button every day of his company that's worth 500x what it's actually making. It's crazy. His public and private actions are completely asynchronous. Is it scheduled selling? It's always scheduled selling. They've never once in the history of insider sales ever said that it was a choice. It's always, every single time ever in the fucking 15 years I've followed any of it, they always say, and possibly true, but it's suspicious, or it's like the timing is crazy. They always say it's a scheduled sale that we had well in advance, part of our normal cost of doing business, but they're always selling. But it's a choice. I mean, you could choose whether or not to make that scheduled sale. And they're doing it. He's doing it every day, bro. He's just fucking spamming the sell button and printing money off of this heavily overvalued company. Is it public information? Yeah. All executive sales of public companies is public information. Anyway, interesting day. Definitely interesting fucking day. Yeah, I think the best performing stock today was Walmart, which is crazy. Yeah, Walmart had good earnings. But I think that was because, I mean, I'm not kidding. So you know how we've talked about the K-shaped economy? It's more like an R shape now. It's like this side was always going down and now this side's kind of going down too. I don't know how you describe it because there's still some people doing great. So it's like an R with a fucking swoosh at the top. But the number of people, Walmart and TJ Maxx are drawing the cash-strapped and the wealthy. Like the bougie tier above Walmart is getting wiped out, which is like the Targets. Target's gotten destroyed and people are just they're trading down to Walmart. Even the people who are supposedly at the top end of the cake, people that are kind of well off. So, yeah, we're seeing more people shop at like the bargain stores, even if they have decent money. To have savings. And so that's causing a huge return for Walmart and a huge downswing for Target. I go to Target for the hot moms, not the prices. What I'm saying is they might not be showing up. You might even have to find them at Walmart now. I'm seeing way more Teslas at Smart and Final now. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the trend. That's the trend, bro. You know, there's that K shape, right? But now the weaker parts of the weaker gazelles of the quote unquote rich are trading down. It's working for fewer and fewer people as prices keep rising and jobs start disappearing. You have any thoughts on the recent trade deal with Australia in regards to rare earth minerals? Yeah, listen, the race is on, bro. The West broadly is trying at full speed. This is Europe, Australia, America, Japan, fucking everybody. I know Japan doesn't sound like the West, but it's part of this Western coalition to get a rare earth metal pipeline that's outside of China. It took China decades to do this. So the fact that we think we're going to do it in a year is pretty fucking crazy, but we're trying. We're throwing money at it. We're making deals. There is attempts to make rare earth refining, specifically rare earth magnets too, outside of China. It's one of the major stories right now. It's one of the major things that are happening. Do you think it's a good deal for Australia? I don't know the specifics. Probably. It's a win-win, right? Australia if there's one thing Australia can make money on, it's mining. Their economy is mining and then a housing bubble. I'm not being rude here, but if you look into the Australian economy, it's actually the only real thing they're exporting is minerals and shit they mine out of the ground. And then the GDP all comes from housing growth. And then, yeah, I guess universities and tourism. There's more to it, but they export laughs as well. True. They export good vibes. They do export good vibes. That can-do Aussie spirit. I'm in my early 30s in Sydney trying to buy a 2-bedroom unit in my area. Lows of 1 million, average sale of 1.2 mil. I don't think there's anything that makes Gen Z happier than the thrill of like saving for a house they can't afford. I think it like kind of gets you guys riled up, bro. Gen Z and young millennials. He's not Gen Z, I know, but he might be able to afford it. I'm talking about people that can never. No, you guys are thinking I'm talking that guy Gen Z. That guy's talking about buying one. I'm talking about the people that are Gen Z who can't buy one. Oh yeah, Epstein files, bro. Epstein files. The bill was signed by Trump, and so now Pam Bondi has 30 days to release the files. And she is already saying that they're clearly trying to find some fucking loophole. But that's why I've been so impressed with Thomas Massie, bro. Thomas Massie, despite being Republican, is every day out there doing speeches with the survivors and saying that we will not rest until we get all of the files that name everybody, not just a fucking redacted part, not just a fucking. So I'm impressed by his candor on that.
That. Madam Attorney General, the DOJ statement earlier this year saying that the files would not release mentioned the fact that the review of the documents and the evidence did not suggest that any additional investigation of third parties was warranted. What changed since then that you launched this investigation?
Information that has come for information. There's information new information, additional information, and again, we will continue to follow the law, to investigate any leads if there are any.
We found some new information. We think Epstein, he might have been a pedophile. he might have been a sick son of a bitch connected to other rich people. Wow. We thought for sure that dog wouldn't hunt. That was a dead route. But we're finding out some crazy new information. Now, this new information wouldn't be the fact that you guys were about to lose a vote. Almost assuredly. And so you last second flipped into supporting the vote and now have to pretend like it was all part of the plan.
You had one more on wedding?
Yes, please.
Sure.
CBC, you mentioned a Canadian lawyer. If you can tell us more about it, the extradition of a Canadian lawyer. And also a question for Commissioner Michael Duhem on 7 other...
I thought I just want to watch the Epstein stuff. Sheesh Louise, bro. She looks stressed. I hope that she's not feeling any kind of stress over this protecting the people in the Epstein files. Because I would hate. Like, obviously, I want them to release, but I don't want anyone to feel sleepy over